One of the best-selling games of all time is the original collectible card game, Richard Garfield's genre-creating Magic the Gathering. For the better part of a quarter century, this game has been outselling pretty much everything. And the prevailing wisdom has been that if you want to have a successful brick-and-mortar game store, you need to sell Magic cards. But the question is, does that wisdom hold true for board game cafes? No. See you next time. What? I answered the question. Why are they still watching? At Snakes and Lattes, we operated quite successfully for almost 6 years without touching Magic the Gathering or any collectible games, be it cards or miniatures. But in August of 2016, we decided to test the waters and we started the weekly Draft and Draft Magic event for casual Magic players. These events were so successful that at the start of September, we introduced Monday Magic, a weekly casual Magic event. I first got into Magic back in 1993, and it was amazing. The fantasy theme, the cool art, the innovative gameplay, my friends and I played it a lot. We played together amongst ourselves. We usually played for ante, but it was very casual. Now, we didn't really have any interest in playing competitively. Maybe it was because we were all a bunch of misanthropes who really didn't like strangers, but part of it was the energy of the competitive tournament Magic scene just didn't really do it for us. Magic is still a cool game all these years later, but for Snakes and Lattes, the Magic customer base was a market that we weren't really interested in courting for a variety of reasons. Number one, most of the money to be made is in the aftermarket sales, selling and trading singles, and that takes space and expertise to properly capitalize on that we just don't have. Besides, the Toronto market is already very well covered by other game stores with extensive Magic collections. Number two, strangers competitively engaged in tournament matches with prizes on the line is not an energy that really meshes with the fun, casual, friendly atmosphere of an evening at Snakes and Lattes. Thirdly, half the fun of Magic is building your own deck out of your collection and seeing if that deck can beat someone else's deck. While WotC does have a line of pre-constructed decks designed to bring newcomers into the game, collectors want the challenge of building a deck themselves. And lastly, the collectible nature of the game means that any decks that we would provide to people would have to be constructed out of the common and inexpensive cards. Otherwise, anything that was worth anything would walk out the door. So, what's changed? We figured a way to maintain the casual, fun atmosphere of Snakes and Lattes while still encouraging new players to discover or maybe rediscover a cool game that has been a part of the gaming hobby for a quarter of a century. The Draft and Draft format lets you experience the thrill of building your own deck and pitting it against other people's without the risk of meeting that one hardcore fan who spent thousands of dollars building a kill-everything deck out of nothing but the rarest and most valuable cards. And if you're lucky, at the end of the night, you win some free cards to help seed your collection. Will Magic the Gathering continue to be part of Snakes and Lattes? Probably. Should it be part of your board game cafe? Well, that depends on the crowd you want to attract, how many resources you want to throw at supporting it, and whether or not locals in your area have their Magic needs supported by others. The good news is, Magic the Gathering doesn't have to be the cornerstone of your business. You can use it, it can be an asset, or you can ignore it completely and still be successful. If your local board game cafe supported Magic the Gathering, would that make you more or less inclined to pay a visit to them? Let us know in the comments below.